thank you.
Yeah.
Alright. So boost towards the left engine since we've been doing the right engine all this time.
Yeah.
I watch the fuel flow when it peaks out.
Yep.
That's good. And open it a little bit. And hit the play button.
Temperature 27, 2.19er. Altimeter 29905, IFR arrivals, expect visual approach, runway 18 in use. 5 initial contact, you have airport information, Oscar. Oscar tower information, Oscar, the 2145 weather, wind 190 at 11, visibility 10 miles. Skies are clear below 12,000. Temperature 27, 2.19er. Altimeter 29905. What's that? Arrivals, that was out here. Runway 18 in use. 5 initial contact, you have airport information, Oscar. Oscar tower information, Oscar, the 2145 weather, wind 190 at 12 miles. Skies are clear below 12,000.
So the top row of it. Sorry, test. You gotta plug it. If you want to hear any of these radios on the top, here's radio 1, here's radio 2. And top basically is speaker. And on the bottom, I leave this on 1. I never really communicate on 2. I just listen to ATIS's on 2.
27, 2.19er. Altimeter 29905.
I don't know how to set the fuel.
Visual, so runway 18 in use.
We'll just say we put
5 initial contact, you have
and I leave this on TOT
Oscar
and fuel flow on pounds per hour.
11, visibility 10 miles. Skies are clear below 12,000. 27, 2.19er. Altimeter 29905.
So you can match up both the engines.
Visual approach, runway 18 in use. 5 initial contact, you have airport information, Oscar.
Alright, we've got Oscar.
Oscar, the 2145 weather, wind 1.
Alright, just press the test, all the lights work. Good to go. Oh, perfect timing.
Yeah.
Hopefully they move pretty quick.
Is there a memory battery in there that I have to send to Garmin to have replaced, you know?
Not a clue. I don't do anything with avionics. What's your question?
Fox Papa runway,
yeah, you're gonna have to replace its CMOS battery. But does it have to go to Garmin or does shop? If you do an avionics shop, it costs like $50.
Charlie Alpha.
What's this? FPL waypoint is locked.
No, he's talking.
Charlie, I'll say that. Hang on, let me look to see. Everyone I've ever flown in says that.
Was in there. It shouldn't be much.
No, it doesn't mean anything. So,
Not a problem.
there's your bullseye reference. Oxford. Now Oxford's bullseye, so in any direction, now you know where to go back. Yeah, might as well do our run-up and everything, huh?
Yeah, except I don't want to do it in your hangar.
Well, it's not blasting anyone. Here, let me look at your JPI here. Alright, that's cool.
And 9 Charlie Alpha, runway 18, traffic's on the runway.
What's it calling for on run-up in here? I saw it earlier, 1700.
17, yep. Alright, normalize. Do your mag check. Okay, all rise. Okay, do the other side. Alright. Let's do the right engine. Good. Back to both. Other side. Alright, back to both. And you can retard. I'll do your prop rather.
I was going to say,
Oh, that too, yeah. Sorry. Forgot. Single engine. They move. We can do the rest at the end of the runway. I just like to see if the oil pressure's in the green now. Gotta put this back to percentage mode. There we go, okay.
well, that's enough to give you a headache to look through that hot plate on this thing. If you're not used to it.
Yeah, the 421 has a heated windshield, which is much nicer, but this is always came with either this or alcohol, and this is better. Oh yeah, I gotta talk to somebody. Around 6827 November, Northeast Tees, taxi with, I think it was Oscar for North Departure.
27 November, Oscar down with Oscar, taxi North Alpha, correction, Bravo, runway 18.
Bravo 18, 27 November.
Bravo to 18.
Yeah, I think you're right, yeah.
Right.
Sorry, I was trying to figure out what kind of airplane this was. Looks like a Meridian? TBM. Or Meridian. Yeah, probably Meridian. Yep, TBM, you're right. No, it's 50-50 shot either way.
I'm Charlie Alpha, riding golf into parking this frequency. Do I get to talk to you tomorrow, Rob?
Why does it say that courtesy light's on?
No, we're done for the week so far.
Wrong switch.
Okay.
That's just saying that. It's you have it powered with the switch up here.
Papa runway 18, clear.
Pull the power back when I need to clear. If you let go, my view is if you're riding the brakes, you have too much power.
Yep.
Correct.
It looks like we're going downhill a little bit.
Yeah. But you still have a lot of power. We're running at 1,300 RPM.
We need to clean off the discs. It's been sitting for a while.
That's true. Run the brakes back in. So we get one taxi worth of it.
Okay, now they want this on low pump for takeoff.
So I just do boost pumps, lights, transponders, 1200, trim is little nose down, I don't know. The way we have it here, you probably need a little bit more nose up.
Just pull the brakes a second. I'm going to pull this.
You can bring the seat up if you want, it's fully articulated.
Yeah, that's okay. I just needed a notch forward. I was uncomfortable. Okay, we got transponder. Done the run up. Got lights. Got fuel on low. Any flaps for takeoff?
I never use flaps. They recommend set flaps 15 when you're heavy and short field. I never use them.
Traffic runway 18, you better join downwind or base.
You ready to go?
Yeah, I feel okay.
I don't have a visual on the airport yet. 6-5 Quebec, report to right downwind runway 18. There is traffic on the east side of the airport in the touch-and-go pattern.
Probably use a little shot of Freon. The AC is working.
6-5 Quebec, looks like we got the airport in sight.
Is the blower on high or level? Or is there a back setting?
No, it's on high. Actually, what I normally do is shut all the vents at the back so we all have it up here.
I love you too, man.
Yeah, just report established right downwind then, 6-5 Quebec.
Maybe we'll get some more hill pressure when we get in the air, I guess.
Yeah. 68207 November is ready for departure, 36 northbound. Put this on test for now.
Twin Cessna 27 November, traffic off the end is making a left turn to pass south and east ends so you don't cut them off in the touch-and-go pattern. Runway 18, clear for takeoff.
Air traffic in sight, clear for takeoff, 27 November.
What do you want to do, make a left turn out down?
If he's in left traffic, mind if we take a right turn out?
You got that one in sight. I got a Baron inbound for the right downwind, and I don't have him in sight yet.
Got it. We'll keep him in sight into a left downwind departure, thanks.
Alright, there always is some kind of madness to my method.
I know, but usually you give me a hint on what it is.
We almost lapped the last one, so don't be counting us off either.
Now, where does he go? Oh, there they are. He got plenty. He can turn left at any time.
There he's on the midfield, left downwind.
And I usually kick the yaw damp on. I felt as soon as you rolled it in that it wasn't on. Or you didn't use rudder. The SN kicks out of this airplane pretty good if you don't use rudder, if you don't have the yaw damp on.
Yeah, 1-8.
Well, I was using a lot of rudder. I had a lot of right rudder into it for some reason.
Oh, well, you know, somebody may have fooled around with the trims. Oh, for some reason it's counter-rotating or non-counter-rotating props. You really use a little bit of right rudder on takeoff.
Alright, 6-5 Quebec, join the right down.
Always
for 1-8.
trying to use a little bit of right rudder.
Hold us back to the top of the green, and then pull the props back to the top of the green.
The number's about to turn back.
You notice how it doesn't warble or anything on takeoff. We spent a lot of time setting this thing out.
Chris, can you hit the lean front and step on the JPL? Thanks.
Just gonna head straight north. Yeah, straight north. Alright, so we're just gonna tilt this down so you can see it paint the ground so you know it does work. Because there's nothing here to paint.
And 6-5 Quebec, your traffic short final at the position you're in. It shouldn't be a factor. Runway
I think that number one AGT probes.
Yeah, I was going to troubleshoot that for a second. Yeah, it's just a wonky connection. Not even a probe, but... So how do we get heading out of this?
Just turn the metal pilot on, yep. And this should follow the heading book. You ought to be able to get 1,000 foot per minute to about 10,000 feet. tubes are very good. And Sears tubes as well. I'll just keep it number 3 as a reference. So actually number 3 is hottest on both. Actually, number 2 might be the hottest.
What do we have going on here with...
The number is the probe. It's either a connection or the probe itself. That's the connection. That's the, I mean, when you see it do that, you know right off the bat, just go in there, wiggle the wire, and it's fine. Or loosen it. These actually have screws. Right. Instead of plugs, it's screwed. So you unscrew it, wiggle it around, screw it back together.
Familiar with it.
And it works for another 6 months.
I haven't done the fuel flow, but...
this has fuel flow also, right here. It's pounds per hour. Yeah, they do everything on this plane in pounds. So we got 160 pounds aside of fuel. I don't know why. I don't think the oxes are, yeah, they're empty. Well, normally the GPS cycles to the next page. It doesn't just stay there. Oh, this one's got a switch. Or if you hit all, maybe I'll cycle. I don't know. I leave it on EGT almost all the time. Or TIT. I lean by TIT, that's why. I'm just concerned with the CHT number 2 and 3 on the way.
Going over to 121. They open today? Yeah, looks like they open. They're not. They're closed on Monday.
You can shut the boost pumps off too.
Okay, we're going back for takeoff.
You normally leave them off
during your choice.
You normally leave them off?
Yeah, we shut them off. In fact, I think that's part of the checklist. You shut them off after takeoff. It's only for takeoff and landing.
It talks about it being optional. So 421 we were leaving them on all the time. I don't recall with the 340. I think I was shutting them off.
Clear touch and go.
Yeah, and there was a reasoning behind it, and don't recall what it was with the 421.
Well, this plane is because the pumps, they're Duke's pumps and they suck, so you use them as little as possible. Otherwise, you're replacing pumps every couple of years. So I'll just shut this off. It's working. Is it set up with gammies?
Does this have gammies on it?
That's a good question. I don't think it does.
I didn't see that anywhere.
Try to lean the peak test at altitude, see what it has. Find it real quick. Do you see how the props hold? That's why we never bothered with the prop sync. Nice. Everybody's always worried when I say the prop sync doesn't work. It doesn't matter in this point.
I never had figured out how to run one of these.
Nobody else has either.
We're going to pull off for a moment to check something.
Thing isn't even on.
Down, but we'll stay with you.
I see the lights are dim.
Taxi in the ramp there, then you can make a call when you want to taxi back out to 65 Quebec. There's Hartford to the east and Barnes to the northeast for food.
Yaw damper signs.
It's a holiday.
I've never had a yaw damper before.
It's nice in turbulence, because you know the tip tanks out there, this thing likes to do this.
You know what was funny was when I went to the 421, I thought, man, I have not had any rough air with that 421 was just such a nice plane and rough air. I mean, with the 310 and the...
Because you have the tip tanks out there bouncing.
Yeah. It's enough to drive you crazy.
What happened to the 421?
I'm sorry?
What happened to the 421?
It's called a bad economy. I had a top of the market 421 and it was all paid for cash and I needed the cash to run my business. And instead of, I decided I don't need to go back to a 421. That's why I'm looking at a 340.
I'm sorry, did that go?
Makes sense. You know what's funny is, I was just saying how, there goes my ears. I was just saying how this cabin controller has worked perfect since day one. Well, since they fixed it. And now it doesn't seem to be working right. It's been sitting outside. It could just be something as simple as cleaning cleaning up the valves back there. But this thing has always been absolutely perfect. It would stay at sea level until 10,000 feet before we start climbing the cabin.
Runway 18.
Okay, proceeding to 18.
Which doesn't seem to be the case right now.
You're saying it would stay at sea level until you got to 10,000?
The cabin? Oh yeah. That's why I said this is one of the very few ones that work, piston airplanes that work perfectly. That I've been in.
Oh, check your CHT on the left.
Yeah, I'll just lower the nose a little bit.
Maybe it's those screws that I took out of the air conditioner.
Oh, right under there is where the valves are.
And the valves back here in the floor?
They're,
All the way back?
under the step there.
Yeah, under the step in the back, right?
Yeah.
I thought you meant on the floor underneath you.
No. Back where the air conditioning duct was.
Clear, touch and go, 18, 15 stop.
The other thing is are these all the way in?
Yes. But this right, if we...
Yeah. I didn't look at it. That's the door's over here. You just probably need some spray. Like I said, I was sitting outside. I never used any of that stuff.
So, mission-wise, what's the biggest difference between the 340 and the 421? At least for you.
For me, the size of the nose baggage, size of the cabin.
Yeah,
It's like having...
one's much bigger than this.
Yeah, plenty of elbow room, plenty of walking space, bigger seats, more headroom. 10-15 knots faster. Bigger useful load.
421 or this one?
421. And we're just running a number 3 temperature, right?
Yeah, and right now it's fine. We're under 450, which is what they say is max. We're at 385.
Go back, be ready in sequence after landing.
I still keep them below, I'd always try to keep them below 400.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just teasing. I never understood that red line being so high.
Yeah.
Oh, it was for purposes of certification, which
Holding short, go back.
is a test cell for perfect conditions.
Why do we get so much difference in oil pressure, though?
10 pounds between the gauges. It's always been that way. I figure as long as they're in the green, I'm happy with it. This one wasn't in the green before we fixed that line.
I'm on the wrong one.
Well, I don't know if you want to just level off here what the pressurization. I think if I just pull that panel off, clean up the seats, it'll probably start working again, because there's no way it just from sitting just stopped working. That's got to be something stupid like one of the valves is, let's say it's allowing, the emergency valve is probably stuck open. Don't forget, it's open anytime it's on the ground.
Okay, that's right.
Energizes it.
Right.
When we leave the spot switch, it closes it. So those are, it's not uncommon to see them if they sit for a long time.
Well, we're still getting some pressurization.
Oh, but it's still coming into the cabin. But it's leaving the cabin also, because the valve my guess is that valve is open.
Let's take off, 8625.
So it's just not like right now at this altitude, we'd just be coming up close to 1,000 feet in the cabin now, and those mean needles have never been matched like that before. In this airplane. So,
what's this thing got for altitude hold? How do you capture altitude in it besides leveling off?
hit altitude.
Just hit altitude at any point?
Well, when you get to the altitude you want.
Yeah, well, we're going to start
It's got this thing, and I don't know how to use it, but Kyle used it all the time. You dial in the altitude you want, it beeps at you 200 feet before and after or something like that.
And that's locking in the autopilot?
No, that's why I never used it. Otherwise I would have learned how to use it. It's an altitude eluder, not a pre-select.
Okay.
So it's basically a glorified STEC 30.
Yeah. Pre-select, I had pre-select on the 421. See, I've been out of the 340 for 7-8 years now. It's kind of like...
But the 340, it depends how you have it equipped. These came with pre-selects if they spent the extra money for it. Bring it down to about 100 pounds an hour.
Liking that.
Again, I lean by TIT, so I have no idea where you are right now.
Just hit the lean time.
I do 1500. Yeah, you're running a lot higher power setting. These guys are running at 31, I think.
Foxtrot, 1 Foxtrot, midfield.
Hey, 1 Foxtrot, runway 18, clear touch and go.
Clear, touch and go, 1-8, 1 Foxtrot.
Do you know how to use the lean find on JPA?
I do not.
Alright, want me to teach you?
Sure.
Alright, let me do it. I've already set it up for lean and peak. So you hit that, bring mixture back till it goes over lean. Actually, it probably did not find what it was supposed to. Your number one here is screwing everything up, so that's not going to happen. Alright, well, you have to do it by feel.
Why is everything upside down?
Well, because that means you're lean and peak right now. But this EGT, since it was all over the place, screwed up the reading. But right now you basically did what the equivalent of a big mixture pull, so you're more or less in a safe spot. That's fine. Do the right side. It's back. Okay, we're lean. Right about there is good. TIT don't really want to be above 1650. Let's do this EGT on me. Okay, yeah, 1550 tip, that's perfect. So just match the left one to the right.
I don't think that's going to work. Left engine usually burns a little more than the right, I think.
Yeah.
Does?
Maybe not. I don't know. Again, I haven't flown this airplane so damn long.
Well, your tips are within 20 of each other right now. What you might want to do though is give it a little bit more air, so block knob maybe another inch.
One right and one left.
One of them's running too lean, I could feel it.
Yeah, the left one is running too lean, so you got to open up the throttle a little bit more on the left side.
Open up the throttle or open up the mixture?
No, not the mixture. You want to make sure where it is. You actually want to let the engine breathe a little more, so you open up the throttle a little more. Oh, Mark, give it like a half an inch. There you go, right there.
Yeah, that's for JF40.
We're still not back in the same place as far as fuel flow goes.
No, it's probably a balancing issue.
No, it's not that. The gauge is, you're 10 pounds off.
36. Just give me a call about 3 hours, look for traffic. I'm in on the...
Yeah, spin us around to the south.
We'll call you 3 hours.
I mean, we're in upstate New York already. No, you have to hit the heading road. gonna try to put you back to the...
Thought I just disconnected it.
That's the disconnect, yeah.
Sorry. Boy, it's weird out here in this hazy cheese.
Yeah, it's pretty much IFR, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd say so.
But keep going to the south, you'll be able to see more.
First one, bump up the throttle on the right another inch. Yeah, it's a little smoother right there.
I'm just trying to hold an altitude.
It'll be a little easier when the sun's out of your face, that's why I had you turn that, and we're practically to Albany. Alright, not now, but halfway. Good thing is you got your ground speed of a $225.
Oh, that's because I was descending.
One Fox Pop midfield. One Fox Papa, runway 18, clear touch and go. Clear touch and go.
Oh shit, that's right, they're landing 18, we won't be able to do an ILS at Oxford with the autopilot. Unless he lands and finishes what he's doing.
We'll do an approach and circling the 1-8.
Yeah. The Oxford tower controllers have gotten pretty, in the last couple of weeks have been, like, not allowing people to do shit like that. I think there was a close call recently.
How close are we to Poughkeepsie?
It's right there. That's got a tower. That's got a south runway with an ILS.
Well, it has an ILS on its south runway, but... Yeah, let me check my chart.
Quarter with you, at about 2.5, 3 hours, looking for left traffic.
Yeah, so he's got a bunch of people. That's the problem with having an ILS on one runway.
Okay, so looking
Dutchess County, ILS 6.
Touch and go.
Yeah, that's north.
Whiskey Hotel, clear line, number 2.
left, 18, 4 hours,
Bradley's the only one.
This doesn't have loss, does it? Didn't think so. Okay, screw that idea.
Well, I'll tell you what, we could grab the glide slope south of the airport and then just come in from the south and do a left downwind. As long as it grabs the glide slope, you'll know.
Or White Plains, ILS 16 or 34. There's a guarantee to be one of them.
Guarantee you the White Plains is swamped on the last day of the holiday.
Good point.
Like, swamped.
Oh, New Haven?
We'll just go south of Oxford. So, just stay on this heading.
South on
Is there anything else you want to change? Check? Just head down to 3,000 feet, but just stay on this heading. And go ahead and put the pressure controller down to 1,000. Oh. There go my ears. That's because I have this open. There we go. Well, since you want to remember how to do this, when you have your destination in there already, the hell? Like if there's procedure to get your approach, or you can select approach. You want the ILS 36. We're going to do vectors. I'll vector you. And then load the approach. Actually, let's do activate because I'm going to vector you. That's the lawyer's talk. That's it.
And then we'll project your final approach course out to infinity.
They tuned in your frequency already. I've never actually seen those worker beacons up here. I don't think they work because you have these over here.
Left. The parking goes
Those up there?
The lights come up.
I didn't even notice those were there.
Gear 1.
That's not a 10,000 option.
Golf. Over the west side.
Do the no smoking seatbelt signs work?
They certainly do.
Who was up there? Anybody at the airport?
They're slick, yeah, they do.
I was just guessing what they did. I haven't used those either in a while.
Was he doing it in a nice pattern down the runway?
Yeah.
Okay, remind me about, we're gonna have to do some time tomorrow morning.
It's an art to trip.
Oh, with the transfer and all that stuff?
So this just tells you what's in the tanks. That doesn't do anything.
Right.
If you want to, I wouldn't recommend switching to the aux because I know I'm pretty sure I usually run at least one of the tanks dry, and that reminds me to switch them both. But you don't do anything with this. This just tells you how much are in there, and then when you switch this light comes on to tell you that you're feeding off the aux. And then the gauge will now show you the aux tanks automatically.
So it feeds directly off of those lumpers?
No, yes, it feeds directly to the engine, and then the excess goes out to the tip tanks, which means you have to burn off.
You gotta burn some from the main.
Right, I usually burn it down to 40 gallons in the mains before I even think about using the auxes. That's what they recommend. I go down to 30 because,
Let's go, 1-8, 1 spot.
I mean, unless you're going really far, there's no need to carry all that extra fuel. And then the wing locker, you flip the switch down there, and it transfers the fuel to the tank, not to the engine. And when the light comes on over there that says,
That's when it's full, it's opposite of the,
no, it's not full.
when the light,
The light comes on, that tank is empty.
right.
I forgot what light it was. Left trans. When that light comes on, that tank's empty, you're going to have a fuel imbalance, so then you run the right engine off the left tank. Alright. So it's coming back here.
Is there any risk if you have if you have that outside tip tank full, if you start transferring out to there, it'll just pour everything overboard?
You actually see that little scoop on the top of the tank?
Yeah,
I'm spewing out that. I've seen that more than once. You watch all the dollars go up off of that.
So fuel management's really important in this one.
Yeah, but it's not really. It sounds harder than it is. It's actually not.
It's not that bad, it's just remembering
Not to burn some off the mains. Basically, in every situation, if you burn 10 gallons, I do 20, but at least 10 gallons off the mains before you do anything else, you're fine.
I see why you missed a 421 with just having one tank per engine.
Well, I had aux tanks in the wing lockers. I forget how much I was carrying. That was quite a bit, actually.
Hey, good evening, Oxford Tower 606 Zulu Zulu is with you on a visual for 1-8. Good evening, Malibu 606 Zulu Zulu.
So how's the traffic working this thing?
Downwind.
It works great.
Traffic on the east side.
This is,
This is
he's 2,200 feet below us, and then if you go to this page, there's the range. He's, that's a 6 mile, that's 2 miles, so he's about 4.5 miles away.
Yeah.
This is on board, so if anybody has a transponder on, you're picking it up. It's not the kind that I have, which is through the transponder using ground-based antennas. I mean, it works, it's fine for here, but
This is active?
this is active, yeah.
Okay.
Skywatch.
I'm sorry, you're saying what you have is ground-based?
In my plane, yeah, they basically buy a transponder that talks to air traffic, like
TRS?
yeah, it's TIS.
Yeah, okay. Finally, we're going to want to fly in an approach about 25, 26 inches.
20.
All the way down to 20.
I could be wrong. 20 might be a wintertime thing when the air is more dense, but we'll find out.
25, 26 might be for Phoenix.
Yeah, it's dry, thin air. Yeah, I guess the number 1 probe finally gave it up.
Yeah, it's about to.
You know, I think there's actually a spare probe in that locker. There's all kinds of spare parts. Extra wind, vortex generators too, so when the guys that wash it knock them off, you got a couple of spares.
I think it'd be like a bag of 500 for like $200.
I think I've never saw 500, but I think we picked up like 10, and it was like $200.
Oh, okay.
It's ridiculous.
It is pretty silly.
Small knob, one click to the left to bring you back to the map. Or 2 clicks, either one is a map.
Think of the big knob on the inside as getting you through the main pages and the small knob through the sub-pages. If that probe, so one is officially shit the bed.
I'm sorry, Brad, by the way.
I'm Alexander Wolf.
How you doing, Alex?
15 Papa, runway 18 clear.
May as well start pulling the power out. I mean, we got a lot more altitude to lose, and there's Oxford right there. That's the city of New Haven.
600, traffic's being the numbers on the east side.
Look at no joy, particularly doing.
Yeah, it's white on white in that there. You see him when he turns, you'll see his wing up over there.
Okay, doke.
That's that battery. Oh yeah. Inbound course is 005. Turn you. No, that's not
CD on the left.
Base to final now, 00.
Yeah, 005, okay. Nice today. No joy. Yeah, I am on autopilot.
The thing is, you turn it to the south, you got confused.
Yeah.
There's some knob on the left of the HSI.
That's 005, there you go.
Number 10.
And you always got to remember to hit the CDI button. I think it's supposed to automatically switch, but I don't trust it, so I hit it myself. So now you'll get the, there you go. Now it reads correctly. No, it doesn't.
No, you got it. So we'll go out to
And we're reading the back course because we're facing the wrong way. That makes sense. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do a nice 360 out here to the left because we still have
5,000 feet to go.
Yeah, to the ground, but we're going to go down to 2,500 feet.
Okay.
Actually, that's a good idea. Go east, and we'll turn back to the... We'll turn to hanging like, well, south again. That'll work.
Zulu, white turning golf into parking this frequency.
Roger, thank you.
I'll tell you what, noise canceling makes it, I don't even hardly hear the imbalance props that much.
I know. Like I said, I picked up my Bose and they're in pieces. I was blown away.
That blue headset is noise canceling. I don't know what you did with them through my
Yeah, it's kind of they're big, but they're not my headset. What are we going?
I'm sure they're going with the plane.
What do we want for an altitude when we get down here on this ILS?
2,500 feet.
Actually, maybe a little above that. If we're trying to take us in Haven, I ride at 2,500.
Yeah, let's do 3,000 for now. Let's send it 2,500. Keep the turn going to 240. And we'll level off at 3,000 for now.
Tower, 411 Foxtrot, Papa midfield, requesting full stop. 911 Foxtrot, runway 18, clear to land.
Clear to land, 18, 1 Foxtrot.
I'm so pissed off with that pressurization made a liar out of me. It was one of the things I raved about in this airplane because it was so unusual to find one of these. I've flown so many of them where it did just that. Yeah.
That is cow flaps all the way closed.
Yeah, those are closed. You can look out the window and see it. It's it's definitely closed on my side. Yeah, they are a different length for some reason. That's the rigging, I guess.
All right, well, we'll survive.
Hearing a whistle back here.
What's it?
I was just hearing a whistle. Yes, sir. It's probably an outflow valve or something.
I think you're hearing the air conditioning.
That could be it.
Yeah, shut it off. Better? I hear it. Don't worry about it. It's a different sound than I'm hearing.
Alright, okay, so flaps on this thing are 160, 165 or something?
It's all written right here. Is it 160, 140 for the rest, 140 for the gear?
Yep.
I don't memorize numbers when they're placarded everywhere. Alright, so
All else fails, look at the...
Alright, go ahead and turn right heading 270. And this would be like the base leg. A couple of miles out, I guess, but the base leg.
Now, what do you do to catch to get this thing to catch the approach?
Just hit nav. And it'll hold heading until an nav comes alive. I don't play with power at all. I do everything else now with drag.
I was going to say we're down to... I looked up there and we're down to 21, so...
Alright, so what I will do now is let's go ahead and put that notch of flaps in, and then go ahead and descend down to 2,500 feet.
Well, taxi in the parking if you can.
We're taxiing to the parking ramp. Thank you, sir.
Now they remove altitude, just switch it.
I don't know if you can.
I don't know if we will.
I was going to say to take that yaw damper off or...
Before landing, I just hit the red button up there, and that cancels everything.
We're going to turn south there. You can
You can shut it off whenever you want.
and take you in the ramp there.
You'll notice if it's off in turbulence. North at Alpha, 1 Foxtrot.
Well, it was already in the off position.
Yeah, because earlier you hit this button, which cancels everything.
Got it.
Or they're going to split the uprights between the Cirrus and the RV.
That's true. No, they're not going to do that, are they? No, I think they're going to walk it down.
Why do I feel like we're
Crawling?
sitting sideways? But really not.
Oh, going into one.
And the haze is throwing you off.
I think that's the pilot there, the one with the gray shirt.
You want to get an A-test or...
I like the mechanic.
Still Oscar. Arrivals, expect visual approach. Only 1/8 in use. Eyes of initial contact. You have airport information. Oscar.
Still Oscar.
Signing off.
Will I talk to you tomorrow morning?
What's the weather?
Oh, I don't know. I don't even look anymore.
Yeah, I don't know what they were calling for the weather, but yeah, otherwise.
Haze and hot.
Okay, I'll be here. I'll face it, both of you live at that airport.
Yeah, I think I do.
Turn right heading 330 and then arm the approach.
You on your way in yet, Chris?
Yep, we're to the south. I was just going to call you in a couple of minutes. We're actually about 15 miles south. We'll be coming in for the left down one.
That's fine. We'll left downwind. Yeah. Airport information's the same. Hasn't changed yet. And altimeter's down to 2996 now. Just report me to the left downwind.
27, remember?
Why am I confused here? We've got a localizer.
Yep.
No glide slope?
Yeah. What do you mean? The glide slope's not going to come in yet. We gotta capture a localizer first. You see, it's coming. It's hiding.
Okay, it's coming, okay.
It's not yet. I slowed everything down for you just so, we can make sure everything's working.
Still 2 from the market.
Actually, yeah, 3. And I think it's just starting to capture the localizer.
3237 Bravo, from Northwest, join a right base, runway 18, report established on the right base.
And then I just dropped the gear at glide slope intercept. And then I wouldn't do any of the flaps because we're going to break it off and do a left downwind.
You're saying you wouldn't do the gear?
No, I wouldn't do the rest of the flaps. Yeah, do the gear.
Yeah.
Might as well make it realistic.
I was gonna say, glide slope was not... There it comes.
Gee, I know you're used to flying faster approaches, but I slowed it down so we can...
No, that's okay. I need...
I just shoot the approaches at $1.20 from start to finish. For me, it's just an easy number. You don't have to worry about, am I slow enough for flaps? Am I slow enough for this? Am I slow? No, everything's good. $1.20. But that's me. I don't need to be anywhere in a big hurry.
No, that's fine.
Airport information.
And I don't remember.
Oxford, altimeter 299.
And I'm letting the autopilot do it.
Right.
Because I'm going to have to spend about,
Alright. Go ahead and drop a gear now.
Falter 8.
14 hours.
Gear taxi with Oscar.
12 hours getting home. But I'm going to have to
Current
just
Mike,
do stuff, but like fly by hand. I'm just going to have to
7 runway 18.
mess with stuff all the way home,
Alright, north.
Alright, 3 green, glide slope's captured.
Runway Mike.
Nose is coming down.
Airport's off our nose.
Flaps, mixture, pre-landing.
Yeah, well, we were gonna do we're just making sure it captures, so after about a mile or 2 miles, you can break it off and go, because they are landing the other way.
37 Bravo.
We're pushing up 9 out. It's got the glide slope. It's working on back course.
Back course now.
Does it realize it's working on back course?
It's a front course.
It's a front course.
And this is an ILS. We wouldn't have a glide slope on a back course.
You're right.
Quick question.
Why did you say back course earlier then?
How's your pressure on the left?
How's what?
Oil pressure. Left side.
What?
No, because I've seen something through the louvers on the top on the left side. Some tape.
Yep, there is. And I saw some stuff out the bottom, but we're going to find out all about that stuff here in 2 shakes.
There you go.
Okay.
Break it off. And pattern altitude 17. So you're pretty much there.
Felt like it was about there. Sorry, but that's what it felt like.
Good. Hey, see? It's coming back.
I've got it written down here somewhere on my pad.
And 800 Romeo Mike, be ready at the end. Romeo Mike, roger. Continue holding. I do have landing traffic. Romeo Mike, roger.
If you want to bring the power up, I mean, we have drag now. The power back was for the descent without the drag. No drag in with drag descent, so if you want to power it up, that's probably a good idea. We're doing 100 knots in a twin engine little rocket.
Yeah.
Hey, nice neighborhood. The golf, over 55 golf community that has outrageous green fees.
There were barriers?
I'm going to be over 55 in another 8 months, 6 months, 7 months.
Oh. Trust me, you don't want to. Well, actually, they probably get a discount for there. You don't like the humidity here anyway.
I'm trying to get a little bit wider. No. There's plenty of golf communities in Arizona.
When you're in sight, could you get
a lot cheaper.
I'll call your base. I gotta get a jet out of here.
27 of them, right?
Hey, Romeo Mike, runway 18 from Alpha. Line up and wait. Line up and wait. 18 Romeo Mike.
Now, was it boost pumps on? Yeah, boost pumps on. That's what I was going to ask. Is it calling for boost pumps?
I
usually don't lean I usually don't richen the thing up. I do if I'm shooting a low approach, because if I have to go missed, I want to be rich. But other than that, you're right.
Make left traffic.
Honestly, I don't even do the drops either, but that's me.
We got a hawker on the runway waiting for you to turn.
And we'll stay left turn, and we'll start across.
I'm sorry, I generally do not do the props either. I just leave all that stuff alone. Unless you're shooting a low approach where you're going to go, man, it's possibility you're going to miss, then I put everything up.
Hawker 800 Romeo.
Holy shit, we've been flying for 45 minutes. Didn't feel like that.
Take off runway heading 3000. Take off runway heading 3000. Runway Mike. Twin Cessna 27 November. Start your base. You're clear to land. Runway 18.
Runway 18, 27 November. Let's see if I can remember how to do this part.
So, last question, were you in the Navy?
Was I in the Navy?
Yeah.
No.
Then I don't have to worry about your landing.
37 Bravo, you're following Twin Cessna. It's about a mile and a half north of you on the left base.
And 37 Bravo, that's the traffic.
800 Romeo Mike, contact departure.
Romeo Mike, roger, get in.
Have a good one. Enjoy the heat down there.
Yeah, roger that one.
Student I just got done with was a retired Marine colonel, and now we put the frickin' wheels through the wings.
Well, it's normal. You know what? What's bad is my 310 was stiff-legged. My 340 was stiff-legged. Then you get used to that 80 model 421 with the trailing
Try
leg.
like that, I think sweet.
Oh. You, I just overshot that.
Well,
Oh, man. I do not like that plate. That's something. Hey, you can have it removed, but that's $5,000 sitting there that was just installed last year. Go ahead and put in that right notch of flaps then. And I don't care if you land with 30 or 45, but land with at least 30. Which is that. Yeah. And my trick for making a nice greaser landing is just leave a little bit of power. I always do a power on it, yeah. Why am I getting fuel pressure stuff? It's not pressure, it's level, because the tanks are bouncing around. I only put enough in for an hour.
that's right on time.
Exactly.
Sputter.
Well, let's go ahead and try full. Field's definitely made. And I usually, as I'm pulling the power out, run the trim back, but you got electric trim there if you want it. Yeah. How much was this plate? $5,000. You get here, I'll stick my head over here. You don't even notice it after a while.
Bravo is 10 southwest, just off the Papa line.
Beautiful. Power to check power.
Bravo, right traffic, runway 18.
It'll never stop if you don't. No, I just keep it on for a little while. It's 5,800 feet here. Oh, I know. My goal is always to make golf. Oh, okay.
Well, let's just keep it rolling. Traffic's coming up about a mile final.
Keep it rolling.
Okay, right turn at Hotel North on Alpha. Hold short of runway at Golf.
Okay, right hotel, right Alpha, hold short at Golf, 27 November.
37 Bravo, runway 18, clear touch and go.
Clear touch and go, 37 Bravo.
I always usually land with those lights flickering. That's how I know I plan perfectly for my fuel. But you literally have, looks like 12 gallons of side left, which is another 45 minutes. You say right, yeah, and then right at Golf, hold short of the runway. This is uphill. Something I love to give it a little bit of gas. Oh, yeah. Okay. Just want to make sure I wasn't breaking the rules. I'm trying to get some common sense going here and get some stuff flowing, you know? I was going for my first flight there.
It didn't help that it was hazy as hell out either.
And then, when I started into this instrument, it was just,
Yeah, you don't ever really see real instrument weather out in Phoenix, do you?
no. I was, every time I go to SimCom, it screws you up. It's embarrassing for the first, 20 minutes or so.
I know, but that helps so much, especially in a plane like this. Because it can simulate so many failures that you just don't have the opportunity to do in the real.
Well, and the first time that I went to SimCom after flying a twin, which was when I got my first 340, after flying a twin for 11, 12 years, first time he made a yard dart out of me, it really woke you up to, I'm sorry, what am I doing?
It's a runway at Golf, over to the northeast parking on this frequency, or you gotta take it back to the hangar.
Back to the T's, cross at Gulf 27 over.
It work out alright?
Yeah, well, pressure held. Now let's see if everything else looks like good under the cowlings.
The wing looks dry, so that's a good sign.
There's quite a bit of oil pouring out of the top of this one. There was already a mess underneath.
Did I put the plug back in when I put the oil in?
Oh, don't even... I got a story for you. Brand new IO 550, sent from Continental after some weird stuff happened with the little laser metric thing on the alternator. And the guys installing it, this is out in Santa Barbara, they forgot to torque the drain cap, or the drain plug. Safety wire, but not torqued. So I got the black box stuff from the 90 seconds. All the oil gone.
That was really loose then.
Yeah.
Tower 8237 Bravo, midfield left downwind warning.
37 Bravo, runway 18, clear, touch and go.
Touch and go. And 822 Bravo,